Ready?
There it is.
Call to order the Whiteland Redevelopment Commission meeting for April 9th, 2026. Stand for the pledge. We do.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Continue. Call please.
Tom Carroll.
Here.
David Hawkins.
Here.
Amanda Trimble.
Here.
Don Venter. Not on yet. Brian Webb
Here.
and Kent Beeson. It's not here yet.
You open the other.
Yeah, I did.
I posted my email that he told me.
Give him a minute to come back in.
Because he's waiting in the lobby.
Well, see him. You in the executive session lobby?
He says link is bad. Can you send it to him? Can you resend it to him?
Just emailed it to him if you want to let him know.
Oh,
Oh, he joined the town council. It says town council.
join the wrong one.
They'll have a wait.
I know,
Yeah,
he
until
has to wait till
Tuesday.
next Tuesday. Yeah, it says April 14th too. I wonder if Angie accidentally sent him that. Did she send him both?
I don't know.
Technology.
Yeah. Hey, John, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah. Apparently the minutes or the agenda had the right Zoom link, but my calendar invite had an old one or something.
Had you joining the town council? We'll blame Angie.
Did we lose him again?
No, he's still on. Just,
Can you hear us, John?
Yes.
All right. Minutes for March 12th, 2026. Comments, questions? Hearing none, I'll take a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to accept minutes as written.
Have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to accept as written. Can I have a vote for a roll call, please?
Tom Carroll.
Yes.
Amanda Trimble.
Yes.
John Venter.
Yes.
Brian Webb.
Yes.
David Hawkins.
Yes.
Yes.
That's really.
Okay, voucher packet. Comments, questions
$100,000 transfer out. You agree with that? I mean,
that was the lift station, right?
The lift stations are,
Right.
okay, it says here sewer improvement.
it was, we paid it out of sewer improvement. Because we were having a whole mess with changing clerk, well, three clerk treasurers being just. So paid it, and then I went back at the end of the year and it said, hey, he had not transferred the monies, and so that it just now got transferred. From RDC to then pay the storm or sewer improvement back. For what was committed.
Any other comments or questions? I'll take a motion to accept.
We'll motion to accept the voucher packet.
Have a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Can I have a vote by roll call?
Carroll.
Yes.
Amanda Trimble.
Yes.
John Venter.
Yes.
Brian Webb.
Yes.
David Hawkins.
Yes.
That's 5-0.
Okay, old business.
We have one extra voucher packet.
So we should second.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Comments, questions?
I'll make a motion to approve the second voucher packet for $28,548.40.
I have a motion to accept. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Have a motion and second. Can I have a vote by roll call, please?
Tom Carroll.
Yes.
Amanda Trimble.
Yes.
John Venter.
Yes.
Brian Webb. David Hawkins.
Yes.
That's 5-0.
All right, old business, RDC annual report for 2025.
Well, Tom just pointed out something to you. It's on the 152.7 or 5272, so we're gonna have to go back and double check that because you all only committed the 100,000 and I put those expenses together, so I'll go back and figure out my numbers on it tonight. But this was compiled by Jenny and Stephen reviewed it as well. He typically kind of goes over the report. So if you guys have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them, but I did see that that's where we had set the generator for the interstate lift station, which you all only committed the 100,000, and that's all that it was charged. So I need to figure out what that other, hopefully we can amend it.
It hasn't been submitted and signed
Okay.
by David yet.
Okay.
Once it's amended, I can send it. Well, we can review it.
Is it due next week?
It's due, the 15th, so we'll need to send this to you by email. David is the only one that has to sign it though. But I can send it to you guys after we look at this. And, it has to be presented to council on Tuesday and then signed and submitted to the DLGF by the 15th.
I'll double check that calculation. the other 52,000 is.
Yeah.
If it is, or maybe it was just a typo when I put it in. So I was trying to hurry and get back to Jenny, and so made some mistakes there. The one thing, and I don't recall, I'm sure we had this in here since patch, phase 1 closed in 2022. You can kind of see the breakdown of what is, the fund balance, their amount that was pledged to the bonds, the revenues that have been received, and then the balances for both phase 1 and then phase 2 as well. Again, it shows the debt and the balances of the debt. And then the maturity date and such. So then just kind of gave an overview of the things that we did contribute to and how and why. And then what we we'll have to ask legal counsel. I don't know if he's prepared to answer that, depending on how the RDC moves forward under the new business item. There is a bullet that talks about what we plan to talk about here in new business. So I don't know if that would need to be edited from the report as well. It's on page 4, third bullet down on the Evapar generator. So Danny, you can speak to that now, or if we just need to kind of wait, or you did.
Sorry that I lost track of where I was looking at the port.
On the RDC page 4, the third bullet down. But they awarded a contract, technically you all did. So I don't know if that one will be revised, depending on what they do in the new business.
Just in wording or in more
It's just-
substantive? Awarded as if, that verbiage is fine. Because that is
That was,
sufficiently descriptive of the process. I think that shouldn't be a problem, so.
Yeah, this was a summary of activities from the minutes, just a summary of the activities that happened in 2025.
and then at the very end, you'll see a whole bunch of parcel IDs with who those property owners and such. Those are all the parcels that are within the TIP district. Every year we go through and do the TIP neutralization where we pull out the residential properties. Even if it's been rezoned to a residential, we don't pull it out until they've actually developed. So we do that every year. That's due in July. But this is obviously for 2025, so this should include parcels that either hadn't yet been developed if they did become residential, and they'll be revised for next year's. So, but other than that, I don't have anything else. You have to upload it to the LGF, correct?
On the
By
15th.
the 15th, yes.
All right, new business. Fire department generator bids.
So as a follow-up, Michael and I have been working with, or attempting to work with Evapar on their contract. They had concerns with the requirement of 60 days of completion once they start the project, just due to potentially getting the equipment, getting it installed within that time frame. It was brought to our attention that they couldn't sign the contract. A couple months ago, we were trying to give them time and kept saying, I'll go to my owners, we'll go to the owners, we'll get it signed. Couldn't come to the couldn't get it signed. So I said, at some point, we're just gonna have to either cut ties and figure out our next steps. So Stephen and I had spoken, and we discussed in the executive session some options, but I'll let you all kind of further discuss what you'd like to do. But at this point, they have mentioned, we've mentioned of pulling the contract and rebidding it. Just due to them, it's been 9 months and they're unwilling to sign it. And it's only gonna continue to get more expensive for us to get this done, and the fire department needs it and could have used it when around winter time and things of that nature, or these high winds we just had a couple weeks ago. But the options that legal counsel and I had spoken about prior to discussion of an executive session. I think it was, there were a couple different options. We discussed them in the executive session. Not gonna say, I'll let you guys, you tell me, I will shut up, right?
Options were discussed in legal sessions because this is a issue related to rendering of legal advice on the contract. So we won't describe the specificity of the options, but we can have a discussion about what the council wants to know.
You remind me the specifications of it, how large of
The
it?
generator.
Yeah, not all of them, just how many watts and
80 kilowatts.
80 kilowatts.
Yeah.
Commercial like
Okay,
sound, no.
80 kilowatts is all I need.
Yeah, it was an 80.
It was a Generac, right?
They spec'd it out, that we put it out to bid and had two bids that came in significantly different on their price range, which could have been the other bidder didn't really need the work or didn't want the work. And so they bid high and, if they got the work, great for them. So I know that, like I said, it's just been frustrating that we've wasted 9 months and still don't have a contract signed so we can get the fire department in.
I think the first thing we need to do is decide whether we want to revoke the existing contract before we move any farther. I'll accept a motion.
I'll make a motion to revoke the original contract.
Do I have a second?
One second.
I have a motion and a second to revoke the original contract.
Can I add something? I think maybe the verbiage is, I don't think we have a contract. I think that contemplates a revocation contemplates an agreed and accepted contract. I think what we are revoking is the contract offer as opposed to the contract because they obviously haven't signed it and they haven't come forward with an agreement on its terms, material terms. If this isn't just about a comma, this is about material terms of the contract. So the verbiage probably should be a revocation of the offer of the contract as opposed to revocation of the contract because there's not a valid contract, an existing contract.
Okay.
So in the same motion, can I make it that we bid it or do you need two separate?
That's probably more appropriate as two separate line items, I think.
I'll make a motion to revocate the original offer for the generator.
Okay, do I have a second?
Yep, I second.
Have a motion and a second. Can I have a roll call, please?
Tom Carroll.
Yeah.
Amanda Trumbull,
Yes.
John Venter,
Yes.
Brian Webb,
Yes.
David Hawkins.
Yes,
Passed 5-0.
go ahead with your,
I'll make a motion to rebid rack generator. I would like that we consider adding some stipulations on the bid for that the generator would be ordered within 15 days of the acceptance of the contract, installed or delivered within 120 days of the contract, and then installed within 60 days of the contract.
I like it.
Happy to amend any of those dates, but that seemed to be like a maximum and people would want to get paid quicker. So I'm guessing they'll want to be.
Would there be any give or
Yes.
leniency on the delivery, like setting a set date? Like obviously we don't want them to, if they order it and have proof of order, but then we run into a situation where, like, let's say the generator's here, but the transfer switch is not. Is there anything that can be put in there to kind of?
I think that goes into the contract. I mean, I'm happy. That's just our guidance as to let's put some more meat around the contract. So when it goes out to bid, they understand that it's not an open contract.
So you're basically saying completion in 60 days.
Completion, once it's been delivered, it has to be installed within 60 days.
And my question's gonna be for you, are you gonna open it up to different manufacturers? Cause that's your big problem right now.
So, and that is
Question for you guys, cause.
right. And it's not even, I'm not a generator.
Well, I don't think we stipulated any.
We
No.
said Generac.
You specified
We
it.
said Generac.
We said it in our original bid. Okay.
That's why local companies didn't bid it. I can tell you, that's why we,
So
I knew they've got a problem lead time. You could get a Cummins installed.
Let me ask you a real quick question,
Sure.
not to blow your own horn, but how many different generator brands are out there?
And
Such as,
Generac,
okay,
Kohler, Cat, Cummins,
Cummins,
Briggs, Everpar carries three other ones, Baldor. I mean, there's many brands, Kohler. I mean, you name it, there's that many brands. We put an 80 kW in at the school after this job and we received from Cummins in 13 days. So it's more of a brand thing, certain sizes, certain brand. I don't know why. I think some of it has to do with the tariffs and supply chain on the power side of the engine side. But an 80 kW is a pretty good sized generator and it has some lead time, but it's not 9 months.
I was just doing some research
Yeah.
on 80 kW lead times. And they're saying anything from 2 to 3 weeks to several.
14 days sometimes. It just depends on if
It's in the warehouse.
and it really depends on the brands and like very specific. There's things you can put in the contract to invite more competition. And one would be opening it up to, you got to submit a bid. This is our bid, this is the product, and then you guys pre-approve the product. You know what I mean? Because there are some very poor quality ones out there that you can get dirt cheap. But you can always say pending review of whoever, that this is a quality product. There's some good ones out there that are made here in Indiana and Fort Wayne that are very inexpensive, but
What's the normal warranty?
it's anything commercial is typically 1 year on parts and labor. Generators, there's some longer ones on the engine, and then the electrical part of it's different. So it just really depends on the application. So standby, if you could get under the 80 kW, you're like in the 60, you can get much longer warranties. Because the 80 is not really a standby. They consider that a prime. And that's the way they size that, was 100% load that they never, ever will use.
And that was a delay in the whole thing as well. We had Bargersville come out and do a whole load test and, and it's oversized.
Way
It's oversized for what we need because Kent brought that up
It's gross.
last spring.
It's just not, you would be able to use 100% of the power, 100% of the time is the way it was sized.
Right.
That building never uses 100% of its power ever. It uses 100% of its power in 30 days, not 24 hours. So it's just one of those, the engineers that sized the current generator did it right. One that's there is big enough to handle catastrophic events. It's just old, wore out.
Wasn't that one a 60?
Or not even 60, it's a 50, I think.
Was it?
I think it's a 50.
The one that we ended up approving tentatively, was it diesel, gas?
It's diesel again. Just, I have a love-hate thing with that. That even my 2 cents off if you want it.
Did anybody put in a bid for propane
That was.
or for natural gas rather?
I mean,
It was very specific.
it's like I said, it was that generator. We used Everpar's specs. So, I mean, it's a different time and I'll tell you, I know it's a public meeting, and it's being recorded, but person from the electric company also worked at the fire department in that same town. So I'm not saying there was like a, but they, we're not the other town.
So
I dealt with it.
So we could get by with a 60 a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
And probably get it quicker.
Oh yeah, that's a standard stock item.
Only thing is if they expand,
Yeah,
is it gonna carry it?
yeah. I mean, I will offer this in the public meeting. I'd be glad for free to size a generator based off of Cummins' specs. That's what we use on our industrial. I can use their software. We can size it. Say here, I did not bid the last one because it's a Generac, and I don't want to cause any non-compete or worry. But I do all the Clark Pleasant schools. We do most of the hospitals, and I've done the ones here in the town at the sewage plant several times. And the big issue with generators is it's a love-hate thing for me, is you gotta have it. We need it for that emergency thing. I'm for it. But what's the cost on the maintenance and things? That's why I'm not a big proponent of the diesel. Because they have much higher maintenance,
Yep.
much higher fuel turnover, and something realistic, even when we had a tornado. Unless the whole entire block's gone where the fire station is, even when it was, they had gas back on in less than 12 hours. So they had power. The only reason I know that is we had customers with generators behind the shop here, had no gas initially, but then they were powered up running within a very short window. So it's one of those things, I think there's a lot better options out there for the town and the people and the citizens as a whole. Brand, sizing, type, I just think you've got more options, you know? I hate to spend that kind of money on something that we might use 4 days a year. And realistically, 15 to 20 years is their typical turnover just from sitting. That's their biggest problem, is rust and corrosion and.
I think we need to do a study, or we need to have somebody come out and tell us what's the right size.
And that's, we did that, but I would be open to do it again because,
so.
like I said, the person that was, he represented both parties of, and I say, I'll just say.
Yeah, no, I think we know what you're saying.
I'm in agreement with that.
The only generator that I've had experience with on a commercial was propane.
Uh-huh.
And every Monday,
Start run.
it'd start run for half an hour, and it'd shut up for another Monday. And it never failed. I was very impressed with the propane.
Lot to be said for that.
We always had, everybody's got or not propane, but natural gas. And everybody's got natural gas.
And that is what you did bring a good point, though. Most generators that are rated for natural gas will run on propane as well. So if they wanted to have an independent fuel source, they could have a propane tank that's buried, or if they wanted, that's the only thing I've ever heard of. Well, I want my own fuel source that's guaranteed. You can have a propane tank, and that's your fuel. They can't take that or shut that off from you.
So should we narrow the specs or just open them wide up?
I think we should wait to put it out for bid until we've done an analysis of
Yeah.
what we actually need.
It again.
Agree.
So can I make a motion?
Draw your first motion.
Yeah, I'm gonna withdraw my motion for the contract, to rebid the contract. And I'd like to make a motion that we do a study to determine the size and types of generators that would fit the needs of the fire department.
Do I have a second?
A second.
Vote by roll call?
Tom
Yes.
Trumbull,
Yes.
John Venter,
Yes.
Brian Webb,
Yes.
David Hawkins.
Yes.
Pass 5-0.
Just to add, if you do a study and then you find out, okay, that was already properly sized, even for potential expansion, I don't know what they're adding. If they're just adding square footage, that's not really adding electrical. But if you even figure for that and say the transfer switch is the right size, if it's in good shape, you might be able just to refurbish your existing transfer switch and not have to add that. That may be a cost saving. I'm just throwing things out there that transfer switch is a set of copper contacts. They don't really, they've got so many cycles, and that one's not ran enough to even be broke in. It's probably still brand new.
One of the things that I was bringing up earlier, we basically budgeted 88.5 for a generator installed. And tentatively, the lift station will call it $100,000. And has to be a whole lot. At the fire station, yes, but not at the lift station, because it's just running a pump.
It's
Not
running.
just a pump. It's big.
It's 100 kW.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's 100 kW 3-phase, 480, because it's running all the pumps back up, and it's sized properly for prime.
I didn't know it was 100.
Yeah, it's a big dude. It's
I mean, the fire department doesn't use The light.
Lights.
lights and
And
compressor. What's the machine that, what's the?
The SCBA's,
Yeah, for SBA's.
well, you need to, and the garage door open.
The garage door opener, I mean, it's a very light load compared to the starting current at the super.
Yeah.
You know, that one there, it's big enough power, I think even another pump, because its potential as expansion goes, yeah. And it's a Kohler, for an example, that's a Kohler that they put in out there.
Who put that in?
SSI,
SSI did it
and we had Commonwealth as was the engineer, but SSI was the one that.
that's who the general contractor was. But yeah, it came through out in that. Kohler. I'll spit it out in a minute.
I agree with John that we need to look
Right.
further and deeper.
Any other comments, questions? Kent, you got anything further?
I'm sure, I think,
I have one question. Kent has done a lot of this. As far as having the assessment done. He's offered to do it for free. Would you guys like to have him do it?
Assessment for the.
Size.
My only concern would be a conflict of interest.
Well,
And-
that's true.
And I
didn't
wouldn't,
think of
I
that.
mean, because I don't want, and I don't want to take the opportunity for you to bid it.
well, and I'll be honest, I don't wanna, I do this for the school, I try to tread lightly.
Yeah.
I want to help. I don't want perception to be, oh, he bid it, he designed it, you know, I don't care.
That's what Everpar did.
I know. And that's,
And I think that's why we're here, right?
yeah, and unfortunately, I've seen that a lot from some of the big companies is they're not from this town. They don't care. You know what I mean? They may not have skin in the game. They're
Yeah.
just looking like, so to me, I look at it as whatever we put in there, it's my town. If my house is on fire or one of my rentals or my business, and I want to make sure they can do their job. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more than open to do the free. I would suggest maybe doing some reaching out, some years that you already have used and see how low a cost. I just don't want to see much soft costs either. I would think for a very low amount of money, you ought to be able to get a spec and a design. And I know there's several good electrical engineers around that would do that. I would think for a very nominal fee, you know, maybe $1,500, $2,500. I would think that you should be able to get that done. I hate to spend the soft cost, but then you have an engineer that has said,
Yeah.
this is what you need. That's an independent party. And then he can discuss the pros and cons of propane versus.
That's what I'd like to know is all that. And
Yeah.
I have no doubt that you're an outstanding citizen.
Trying to
I just do. I think us.
I play the field like that myself because I don't want anybody to say after it's done, oh, you didn't know.
Yeah.
I'd rather have some independent party say, hey, this system is sized right. This is based on what I want. You know, and I think if you had the original drawings to the existing firehouse, they're in there. The load sheet is for that generator. It's required by code to have a electrical load sheet done. And so that generator was sized when it was built. But the only thing would be want to size for future. So you may not have to pay anybody if you have the existing drawing and spec. This is what's there. You could spec it off of that and say, hey, we want to increase. I don't know how big you're gonna add. You know, you're gonna add barracks and shower. I don't know. You know, what's your
They have shower.
yeah, I mean, they have everything.
They've got
Everything they need.
women and,
No, it's nice.
yeah.
I think
I
it's
don't-
fabulous. So I didn't know how much expansion you were gonna do, but I
I
mean,
mean, if we would expand, we're not looking, we would build them a different building. I mean, and
Maybe a
then
quick
we would
expansion.
move, then we would maybe move the street, the public works, like shop. That's kind of been the long-term discussion. Leave the maintenance shop for storage of the stuff and that the public works, we could move them into where the fire department is. Could we build either police and fire? Do we do just fire and police and town hall? That's what we talked about in the comprehensive plan. We kind of talked about some options there, maybe keeping it in there. But to be honest, like I mean, we could expand on the other side of that building or whatever, but I don't see them
So,
We're still trying to offload two pieces of apparatus, but we've got our mechanic working out of one of the bays now. I don't see us adding more equipment where we would need more bays.
Yeah.
In the future.
so to expedite this, should we ask for money to be used, or can we designate some money so that they can do the assessment if need be?
Sure.
Do we want to do that, or?
I think in order to get it done and get the ball rolling again, that's something we probably should do.
Does it typically cost to do
Yes.
this?
Yes.
It does?
Engineer. Because they're not making money except to do design.
What's a ballpark?
I would think under five grand ought to be enough for a basic small generator like that specification. I mean,
Carmen,
I'm always shocked by soft costs, so this attorney knows, soft costs are, they're a booger. I hate them.
I don't know why they call them soft.
No, I mean,
That's who they had spec this, was the fire department picked Evapar.
right,
And that's
but
who they use.
they should be able to get the old specs out of the files when the building was built.
I'm looking for them right now.
Well, ain't you on it?
I want it.
There's lots of options, but yeah, I think you could. And actually I would be pretty confident Billy would be able to review what's there myself as being independent. I think he has enough common sense to look at it, and go.
I'd like to make a motion that we spend $5,000 for engineering study.
Can we say up to?
Up to, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thoughts, Brian?
No, I'm hoping it's not that much. I'm hoping it's a lot less,
I was
if nothing, but
3,000, but
That's what things cost now.
yeah.
no, I'm not.
Soft costs especially, I hate.
Yeah, then I make a motion that we up to $5,000.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Can I have a roll call, please?
Tom Carroll,
Yes.
Amanda Trumbull,
Yes.
John Venter,
Yes.
Brian Webb,
Yes.
David Hawkins.
Yes.
That's 5-0.
If we don't have to do it, if we have the stuff, then it's nothing and
Right,
we're good. Yeah.
Right.
right.
We had to hold the plan. And then have them scanned electronically, but I cannot find them.
Well, the town didn't build that, the
No, but we had the.
fire
whole,
board
like,
did that.
We found the plan.
Anything else, Dave?
Didn't see if Carmen had anything further. Okay. Any other comments, questions? We're adjourned.
Thank you all.
Good job.